Okay, we should be recording. So I don't know if you guys have already looked at the news tab from the first of the month. I also posted a little something about it in our Team Fearless Fireflies group about a new promotion that was announced called Race to Lead. And I thought we ought to spend a little bit of time talking about what the qualifications are and kind of how you get there, because this is a huge promotion. This is something Cincy has never done before. And I'm really excited about it. It's going to be really fun. And the most exciting part about it is all of these bonuses are going to be paid on our December 8th paycheck. So it is extra holiday cash. So let me tell you basically what you have to do to get these bonuses. The basically anybody can get paid bonuses. Those of you that are either essential or certified consultants, you have the opportunity to promote to lead consultant if you've never been a lead consultant before. If you've been a lead consultant before and then you've just not been paid as a lead consultant, that doesn't count. But if you've never been a lead before and you promote to lead during the month of October or November, you can get a $200 bonus on it. Won't necessarily be included in your your commission check on the 8th, but it'll be paid a little bit after. So they said a little bit after. I'm not sure if that means later in the day or if it may be a day or two behind, but it will be coming in December. And they just wanted it to be separate from the actual commission check, so you guys knew, kind of which was which. But so paid in December, but promote to lead in October or November. Now, maybe you've already been a lead consultant or you're higher. You, as a sponsor, can still get paid a $50 bonus for every frontline consultant that you have that promotes to lead consultant during this same period of time. And this isn't, if y'all are adding up your points for the incentive trip, this isn't in lieu of incentive trip points. This is in addition to points. So as the consultant that promotes to lead, not only you're going to get that $200 bonus, you're also going to get 1,500 points towards the incentive trip. And then as the sponsor, not only will you get $50 per frontline consultant that promotes, and again, I'm saying frontline, that means people that you personally sponsor. You'll get 2,500 points for each one of your frontline that promotes to lead during October or November. And then, of course, there's other bonuses in there too, that if you have a new consultant that joins, during the incentive period, there's you can get, as the sponsor, you can get points when they hit certified, when they hit any of their sensational start levels, and then again at this lead. So there's several different bonuses you can get there on points. And then as the new consultant, of course, you can get some of those extra points as well as a new consultant. So tons of points, tons of money to be made. So I know one of the hardest things to understand in Cincy can be our compensation plan. And once you kind of understand it, it's like, oh yeah, that's not so hard. But just kind of in the beginning, it can be a little difficult to understand. So what I wanted to do is show you guys. I'm going to share my screen. Come on, do it. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Let me get rid of that. Can you see this? Okay, good. I'm seeing Ashley shaking her head. Okay, good. Everybody's muted, so I can't hear anybody. All right. So this is the compensation plan, and everybody has access to this one. I just pulled this up off of my website by clicking join and then going to the compensation plan. But you guys also have this in the backs of your catalogs. I don't know if any of you have ever looked at it before, because it does look a little confusing, but it is in the back of every single catalog. It's in the host join brochure. So there's several different places you can find this. So the part we want to kind of look at, most of you already know we start out as essential consultants. And then after you sell your first $1,000 in PRV, no matter how long it takes you, you become a certified consultant. And so this top portion of the compensation plan, this is kind of telling you how you get there, where the bottom half of it shows you what you receive when you do get there. So we'll focus on this top half right now. But again, once you sell your first $1,000 in PRV, you're certified for life. You never go back to an essential consultant. And that just takes you from 20% commission to 25% commission. So you get that 5% commission increase. Now, what we're most excited to look at is how you get from certified to lead consultant. And so, of course, with this being, here low on the compensation plan, even new people that join during this time, they still have just as much of an opportunity to get to lead themselves and get the same bonus that you're trying to earn. So it's definitely a great time to sponsor new people and tell them about the Race to Lead plan too. So something that you have to understand about promoting from one level to the next is that this has to be achieved to earn the promotion within 1 month. So we're thinking of this in terms of, you can do this in October, you can do this in November. One of those months, you need to do these to get these numbers to be able to get the promotion. Okay. Then once you have the promotion, you will be paid that month as the lead consultant, and then you'll retain your lead consultant title. But every month, every consultant starts back at 0. I do, all the superstar directors do. We all start back at 0, and we all start back out kind of as certified consultants. So in that next month, then, to be able to be paid at that level again, you or your team have to meet those same requirements for you to be paid at that same level again. The director title is actually the only title that you can attain and lose. But any of these other titles, you retain the title, but you just may not get paid every single month at that title. It's not the end of the world if you don't get paid at title every single month, but it's definitely something to strive for, because if you see at the bottom of this, under the monthly rewards, of course, you're going to get paid bonuses each month on top of the PRV commissions that you're receiving. So I may be over explaining, sorry, just wanted to make sure that part was kind of understood, so that we can move forward. But so, like I said, in this lead consultant column, you guys can see your personal retail volume, your PRV, needs to be a minimum of $500. Okay. Some of you already have that. Some of you, that's not a problem. Some of you, it might be. But if you want to be a leader and you want to advance in the ranks, your goal each month personally should be at least $500, because you see right across here, that every single one of those for any promotion, any title within the company, even all the way up to superstar director, is $500 in personal retail volume. So Cincy made this so that even the people at the very tip top of the company still have to work their own business. They can't just sit back like fat cats and let everybody else make money for them. They have to be working their business as well. You need to lead from the front. You need to be doing the work too. And then, so $500 personal retail volume. Then right below that is 1,000 group wholesale volume. That's where the confusion starts to set in just a little bit. So something you need to understand about wholesale versus retail is wholesale is 75% of the actual PRV. Okay. And let me explain to you why that is. And hopefully it'll make it make more sense. So Cincy pays everybody, if you look down here under the monthly rewards, except for essential consultants, once you become certified, everybody across the board gets paid 25% off of their own personal, that's their personal retail volume, their personal sales. So what Cincy does is they know they're already going to be paying everybody their 25% commission on their own sales. So that 25% is already kind of taken away, so that when we get down here underneath this 25%, all of these other bonuses that are paid out, those are going to be paid out on the leftover 75%. Does that make sense to anybody that's listening? I'm getting one nod and the rest are looking confused. So we'll come back and open up for questions here in just a little bit, and hopefully we can make it a little more clear. But so when you're looking at 75%, one thing that you need to remember is if you go out onto your dashboard in your workstation, you should see what your personal PRV is. And then you should also see, if you have a team, it should show group wholesale volume if you already have consultants under you. If you don't, it may just show your personal wholesale volume. It's been a while since I've looked at one that didn't have people on their team. So I'd have to be sure, but you should be able to see somewhere on there what the wholesale is. But say you had $100 in PRV, the wholesale of that is going to be 75. Does that make sense? Anybody? Okay. So when you're looking at promoting to lead consultant, the actual PRV that is going to be needed between you and everybody else that's under you, whether that's frontline consultants or, again, frontline or people that you've personally sponsored, and then your downline is going to be anybody else that's under them. And kind of think of it as you're the Cincy grandma, and anybody you sponsor, they're your children, and then their children, the people they bring in, they're your grandchildren. So kind of think of it that way. And so this wholesale volume is going to be added up between you and all your children and all your grandchildren and great grandchildren and on and on. And the actual, if you do the math, if you divide 1,000 by 75%, it's actually $1,334 in actual PRV that's needed to have 1,000 wholesale volume. And so again, you have to have at least 500 of that to have your goal of 500 personal retail volume. And then you also need to have at least one frontline active consultant. So any of your Cincy children, people that you brought into this world, the Cincy world, at least one of them has to be active And that's one of the reasons why I am always posting out there about the active club. Anybody that has at least $200 in PRV is in the active club. So that's what an active consultant is. Anybody that has at least $200 in PRV for that month. Okay. So that's how you get promoted to lead. And as you see, the numbers get bigger and bigger as you go across the compensation plan and go up in the ranks of Cincy. And after director, you have to start getting generational directors under you to keep promoting. So that part can get a lot hairier. But let's go ahead and if you guys want to unmute yourselves, ask questions. Let's try to clear up any questions that you guys have about how we go about promoting to lead. Don't
How do
all
you get
do it at once now.
how do you get someone to I've just done everything I can think of, even sent personal messages. I get nothing.
Well,
Nothing. Nobody wants me. I can't be a grandma until I'm a mom.
I don't think that's true, but you maybe just haven't found the right one yet.
No,
Kind of
I'm not
kind of
even
like getting
one.
married. You got to find the right ones.
Sometimes that don't work out either.
That's true. That's true. Um, no, I mean, you're doing some of the right things. Like I said, you just maybe haven't, found the right ones yet. Sometimes you find some and you're like, oh gosh, where did I find this person?
Uh-huh.
But you just have to keep asking. I also always try to make sure every single time that I have a host for a party that I offer, it's been a week or two ago since we talked about flipping hosts, but every single time I have a party closing with a host, I always try to offer that kit to them. They can, use that host credit towards getting free stuff, or they can put it towards a free business. And so I have had several take me up on that. I do periodically post out on Facebook about, if you could join me, if you could join me in Cincy for zero money out of pocket. We can't say that it's free. We can
Oh,
say
okay.
that it's no out of pocket cost. I've had a couple takers on that. Sometimes you just get lucky and people come to you and say, hey, I want to join your Cincy team. And those are the best ones, of course. But then you start to feel bad because you think, oh gosh, I don't know why I never asked this person before. We could have started this a long time ago, right, Debbie?
That's right. But the timing is everything.
Oh, it definitely is. And if you get somebody that says no, it may not always mean no forever. Sometimes it's just no, it's not the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But you can generally get the idea if it's no forever, no for, right now. Because a lot of times people will say no because, and then they'll tell you why. Maybe somebody will say, no, I've just got so many irons in the fire, and it's the kids have baseball and this and that, and all this other things going on. And one thing I do always try to tell those people, not that I try to argue with anybody and tell them that they're wrong, but I do kind of just, I try to plant the seeds with them that some of our best consultants are super duper busy. And the reason why is because they are constantly meeting new people. Because
Mm-hmm.
I can attest, even though I'm a mom and I have kids in school, my kids aren't super involved in extracurricular activities. Neither one of them care anything about sports. My son, I'm so excited. He just joined a club, um, but it's some kind of academic club. I don't even know anything about it yet. He just told me earlier today that he wanted to join a club. And but like my kids haven't been super involved in stuff like that. My daughter's in band, but she's real early in band. They're not doing a lot of fundraisers or anything crazy yet. They just kind of do band in class. And So it's so hard for me to meet new people unless
Mm-hmm.
I put myself out there. And I don't have the type of personality to just start chatting people up in the grocery store line. I don't even like to stand in a line at the grocery store. I try to go through the self checkout as often as possible so I don't have to talk to people. But everybody just has their own personalities and their own way of doing things, but that's just not my jam. Um, I personally love to do events, and I know that's not something that everybody wants to do. But if somebody comes up to me at an event and we start talking Scentsy, I can talk to somebody all day long about Scentsy at an event. But there's something about just talking to a complete stranger at the grocery store that I'm like, I can't do that. I could do that. I choose not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody kind of has to find their own little niche. And there's some people that are really great about starting those personal relationships with people online. And
Mm-hmm.
um, I have, I definitely love to build my relationships with people online. But at the same time, I have a hard time going out there and finding cold leads, like going out into the community groups. And, sometimes things like that happen organically for me, but I always feel so creepy, like trying to force something like that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, I was just going to say it just feels kind of weird for me, but
So
there's people that have great success doing that. So I
yeah.
try to put all those types of ideas out there. So it's just whatever you feel comfortable doing and how you want to pursue getting new customers. And I know Debbie,
So
you're great at talking to people when you are out and about, going to the doctor's office
yeah,
and
just
people at the cashiers and things like that. And you do amazing at that. But
I have no trouble with all of that. Let me ask you, okay, so if you have a customer that is amazing, they buy all the time and they buy very well. And say someone that they well, see, I'm not sure how to okay, say I promote say I actually got someone, but say I got someone to be a part of my team and say they are related or best friends with or something like that to the person that I promote. Then my person who I don't want to lose starts buying from the person that I promoted. I've lost my customer, right?
well, you
And I
that
don't want
that's
to do
happened to
that.
me multiple times. So it is a little hard at first to think of in terms of, oh gosh, I hate to ask this person because I
I'll
know,
lose my other person.
yeah, I know that they introduced me to, 4 or 5 other customers, and if they start selling, then all those people will want to buy from her instead of buy from me. And although that can be a hard pill to swallow up front, um, one, we have to look at it that person is going to go ahead and start earning a paycheck. We're going to get some residual income from that. No, it's not going to be as good as if those people bought from us, because you can see under the monthly rewards that those percentages are not as great as that 25%. But
Mm-hmm.
number one, we are helping to bless somebody else's life. I always try to remember that. And then, of course, um, hopefully that person is going to go on and they're going to continue. I mean, because they know, people that maybe they haven't brought to you as a customer. So hopefully they're going to bring even more customers to the table to order from them. And then your bonuses are just going to grow and grow from that. And then your team can grow from that because, the more people they bring to the table, the more, people they're going to invite. And that's definitely our, um, how our teams start to grow. And that's where the big money comes from, because I honestly can only sell so much Scentsy every month by myself. Because let me tell you, I was slinging some serious wax this last month in September, and I am absolutely exhausted. And I don't know how some of these people out here are selling, like $10,000 in Scentsy every month, because I'm worn out. And so I know personally I can only do so much. Now, there's other things I can do to work on, getting more Scentsy Club subscribers to where I have more residual income that I don't have to work so hard for. But again, that part I can only go so far with. Then once you start getting those team members and they start to build upon themselves, these percentages down here at the bottom, they look kind of small right now, but when you start to get more and more people, that adds up. And that's where the big money is. If that's your goal. Some people, it's never their goal to earn, superstar director or to go on the incentive trips. Some people don't want to do that. Those are my goals, but they don't have to be everybody's goal. But again, Debbie, like, worst case scenario, you bring that person in and they, some of their people go with them to order, then that person ends up not remaining a consultant, then all those customers roll back right up to you. So,
So on this,
again, it's your business. You get to make the decisions,
yeah,
whether you want to offer the opportunity to that person. But I tell you, the worst feeling in the absolute entire world is seeing one of your customers join somebody else's team. Or what hurts my heart even more is seeing them join somebody else's team for a different company. Because I'm just like, why didn't I talk to them about Scentsy? Which, I have a sister that sells something else, and I begged her for years to join my Scentsy team because I knew she would make an amazing consultant.
yes.
And she went and joined another direct sales organization, but she wasn't passionate about Scentsy like she is about that other company.
Yeah.
Maybe someday she might be passionate and want to come and join Scentsy, but at least I know that I have asked her, multiple times. And if she ever joined Scentsy under somebody else, she knows she'd be dead. So, well, I don't have to worry about that with her, but it is a really, really awful feeling to see somebody that has been your customer go off and join somebody else's team. So that would be even worse if you don't ever offer them the opportunity for them to join somebody else, because then you'd lose them completely.
Completely. Let me ask you also, on this lead consultant, okay, you have 500 PRV, and then you have one person under you, and together you both have $1,000. Is that right? For the
Now
group.
it can be that simple. Or you can do it with just you and one other person. That's totally possible.
I'm pretending.
Because like I said a while ago, the actual PRV needed to get to 1,000 in the wholesale volume, is $1,334. Maybe you as a consultant have over $1,000 in PRV, and your new consultant has a couple hundred, but your frontline consultant, the person you sponsored, has to at least be active, which means they have to have at least 200 in PRV. So if you end up making up the rest of that, they have 200 and you have the other 1,100, whatever. I can't do math in my head very well.
Close enough.
Then you can do it with just one other person. You can do it with as many people as you need to, though. You can do it with 2 or 3 or however many it takes, but it can be done with just one person.
Okay.
Like I said, as long as at least one of the frontline consultants is active in that same month. And again, you kind of have to do it in 1 month to achieve the promotion. And then the following month, you just start over at 0. And if you don't achieve those numbers the following month, then you just end up reverting back to you get paid as a certified consultant, just like you did before.
Okay. So the 25%, I'm just going lead consultant 500,001. So the commission from PRV is 25%.
Mm-hmm.
That's our check that we get on the 9th. So
That's from your personal.
from my personal.
Mm-hmm.
So the bonus from personal wholesale volume, if you have one person, the 2% and the frontline essential 2%. Where are you earning that money? The
Okay.
extra 2% and 2% from?
Okay, I'll try to explain this part as quick as I can because I know we've got just a few minutes left. So hopefully I can do it really quick. So that first 2% bonus from your personal wholesale volume, again, you're getting paid that 25% right off the top on your personal retail volume. So then the 75% that's left, since he's going to give you another 2% bonus on top of that.
Okay.
That's on
Yeah,
top
that
of your own PRV. Okay.
That makes sense the way
Then,
you said it that way. Yeah.
yeah, then they're going to give you a 2% bonus on any of your frontline consultants that are essential or certified. You're going to get a 2% bonus on their 75% because, again, they're
Okay.
getting the first 25% for their commission. Then you're going to get a 2% bonus on the 75% that's left. Then
Now
if
I
you see as
understand.
it goes along, those bonuses get higher, and it's basically always paid off of your front line. So if you have a front line that's essential, it's paying you off of their entire anybody that's under them. So
Okay.
you're going to get paid that 2% off of them and everybody in their team.
Okay, that makes
And
sense
again,
now.
and the
I
percentages get
finally
higher.
understand. Ding, ding, ding.
Woo! And we only have 2 minutes to spare.
No. Okay. Darn it.
But again, this is something that's kind of hard to understand sometimes. But once you understand that 75% and why it's there and how it's figured, it's and one of the easy things, Cincy makes it a lot easier for us because they do have out there on your dashboard, it shows you what you need to go to the next level, which I'll quickly show you guys mine really quick, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I know there are a lot of new consultants out there that you guys have a different looking dashboard than I do. Because why are you making me log in again? Because you guys have like your shooting star and your sensational start and things like that. So if you look here in the middle of mine, you see my personal retail volume, and then you see our group wholesale volume. You see my current title as Superstar Consultant. Right now, I'm only being paid as a lead consultant because we haven't got high enough numbers yet for me to get paid at Star or Superstar Consultant. Then if I click over here on this little tab that says Earn Promotion, it tells me what I need to do to get to the next level. So to get to director, this needs to be 10,000. This needs to be 2,000. I need at least 3 active consultants, which I do have, but I have to get the rest of this to be able to get to the next level, to get to the promotion. And I know they're getting ready to kick us off. So again, guys, go out and look at your own and see what it says. See if you have this Earn Promotion tab on yours and see what it tells you need to do to get to the next level. And so we'll go ahead and say
that's right on the dashboard.
It's on the dashboard.
Okay, I've got Stay Active and Earn Promotion.
Okay, click on the Earn Promotion tab and see what it says. They're going to kick us off any second. So I'll say good night. But if you guys have any questions, call me, FaceTime me, message me, whatever you want to do, and we'll work through exactly what you need to do to get you to race to lead.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I found it. So.
Okay.
0 active frontline. I knew that. They didn't have to tell me.
Oh, I forgot I'm still sharing my screen. All right. Well, I think we already lost Ashley, so I'll say goodbye to